So while we took a break, I was excitedly explaining the color-coded system of my tabs, and thought that it might actually be helpful if I just gave some examples of a couple things, because my bright pink tags are bright pink flags are moments when I feel like the book is being very blatantly, this is a feminist moment, and bright blue are moments when I feel like there's an anti-feminist moment. So I was going to give an example of each. Okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So, and of course, a lot of them are conditional, like this bright blue tag has a gray tag right under it, which means it's actually a gray area. But anyway, so Frankie has just fallen off of, or Frankie is riding her bike and she sees Matthew across the quad. This is as the book is opening. She caught sight of him walking down the path and was so engrossed in watching the way his hips rolled underneath the waist of his ratty khakis that, dumb, girly, she lost control of the bicycle, spun onto the grass, and fell over. I saw those words, dumb, girly. I wasn't sure who was saying them. Is it Frankie? Is it the book? But I just put a blue tab there because I was like, why does that have to be dumb and girly?
But then I heard Kristin read that out loud, and I was just amazed at how wonderful it is to see the reversal of the usual, and this is Frankie watching Matthew's. Read that snippet again of Frankie in the hips.
So engrossed in watching the way his hips rolled underneath the waist of his ratty khakis.
So it's a girl watching a boy as a sexual object. She's not engrossed in watching him play frisbee. She's not engrossed in watching him, boss around the other boys. She's engrossed in...
She's just objectifying him.
She's objectifying him.
Which has happened more than once, because we know that she saw him naked when they were jumping into the...
Right.
lake.
And she stopped and watched.
She's physically objectifying him.
It's great.
And in a way that boys, it's the way that boys often do it to females, because it's his hips are rolling. His hips are rolling. That is so classic male eye on female body, and I love that.
And I love also that, I would say, books also often do it to girls much more to boys, even in books that are about girls who like boys and are supposedly giving you the viewpoint of a girl who likes boys, will still often
see her.
The book will make the girl the object.
Well, the male gaze. I mean,
the male gaze, but even in a book where we are supposedly having the female gaze at boys, in the position of a girl who likes boys, will still often give us that male gaze.
Yes.
Right.
And this is what, she's objectifying his body.
I had a copy of my Laura Mulvey with me.
Which is that one?
Laura Mulvey was the one who wrote about the male gaze in cinema.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But it's so much more.
Thing on oh, sorry, go ahead.
She's the one who coined the term, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how regardless of who the protagonist is in a film, the audience is placed in the position of objectifying women, and man is subject, woman is object, and that it becomes the viewer is drawn into the male gaze, and the female gaze is inherently different, but we never see it, which was largely because when film was becoming popular, the directors were all men, but also because we've internalized as a culture the male gaze.
And I think that's particularly interesting that I think it even happens in books where there's a first-person narrator who is a girl who likes boys. We still get